Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Bolo bolo. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Radha Gopinath, Jayo Radha Gopinath,
Jai Radha Gopinath, Radha Gopinath, Radha Gopinath, Jai Radha Gopinath.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming this early on a Sunday. I'm sure all good things start with a little bit of bumps here and there. So sorry for all the mix-up on the electricity kind of failing. But you know, that's how we kind of learn new things in life. And the main reason we do the Bhagwat or read it is because it teaches you how to go through failure, come up and make life more meaningful. My dad always brought me up every Sunday morning by waking me up in half my sleep to watch the Bhagavad Gita and to watch the Mahabharata. And I still remember seeing the entire, I would say, confusion that, Arjun had when he had to fight against his family. And in spite of that, I still remember that I used to be so sleepy, and that's something that he would never let me miss. His entire life, I remember that he had gone every day to ISKCON Chowpatty to kind of do darshan. No matter even if it was midnight, he used to go for his drive. He used to do darshan from outside, but he used to ensure that he's there and he's been there for the day. And when we were planning to do this, because I've always wanted to learn the Bhagavad and, understand it and how that impacts our life, there was no one better that I could think of other than Prabhuji, because My dad's love for ISKCON was, or Krishna was so profound that even today I live with his learnings and I live with those moments that he has made me grow up with. And Rahul is someone who I think my father would have troubled every day that he would have gone to ISKCON either to get darshan or to get entry, or especially on Janmashtami when, you know, Rahul used to run around all over the streets to open up the block doors and block lanes to kind of allow him in. And he said that this event or this Saptah should happen at the hands of Braj Mohan Das ji. For the last 3 weeks while we've been putting this up, I have learned immensely from him. My interactions, his kindness, the persona and the aura, and the breaking down of basic life lessons. I've learned a lot from him. I did not know until yesterday that he was an IIT Bombay graduate. He went on to the US to do his MTech. He worked professionally as well, and his entire quest for life was for knowledge and to understand why, you know, life is the way it is. And his story and the reason why he made himself to the person he is today is so enlightening that, you know, I don't have the right words to describe him. But I'm super thankful that he chose us to kind of do this Bhagwat Saptah and that he's going to be with us for the next 7 days to break down a book which for me is a way of life, and to help people to kind of break that down further. So without much time that I will take, I'll hand it over to Braj Mohan Das ji to enlighten us with all the knowledge that he has gained over the years.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guruho Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानो सुदे देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च आसिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा। A very good morning and a very Shubh Ram Navami, happy Ram Navami to all, and special gratitude thanks to Vinita Mataji and her mother and the whole family for coming together. I guess some of them have flown from other cities. May I know them who all flew from other cities? Thank you for taking time out for this very auspicious narration of the Bhagwat. And Vinita Mataji's father was quite regular at the temple, and yesterday, day before yesterday, when I saw his picture more closely, immediately identified, yes, I have seen him many times at the temple. And as I became aware that he was the lover of Krishna, lover of ISKCON, lover of the Bhagwat, and it's been a year that he has passed away, and what more auspicious blessing that can be brought than by reciting and reading of Shrimad Bhagavatam. For some in India, Bhagavad and Bhagavad Gita seem to be the same. Like sometimes when I was studying at IIT Bombay, for me it seemed to be all devotees look same because everybody is bald-headed, and sometimes at the temple someone comes and asks us, we want to meet Mr. Das, and then we say everyone is here a Das, Gauranga Das, Govinda Das, Gaur Gopal Das, Braj Mohan Das. So sometimes there is this confusion about what is the Bhagavatam. The Bhagavatam was spoken to Maharaj Parikshit by Shukdev Goswami, as I kept that on the slide. But it is not just a one-time affair that was only spoken to Parikshit Maharaj by Shukdev Goswami. The Bhagavad Gita was spoken by Krishna to Arjun on the battlefield when he was in great perplexity of his what to do. Both sides, it seemed to be like a lose-lose situation. If I fight, I am losing my family. If I am winning, if I give up fighting, then also I am losing because I'll be ridiculed. इसमें दम नहीं था, इसके लिए छोड़ दिया. And the Bhagavad Gita is only 700 shlokas, 700 verses. And the Bhagwat is way bigger than the Gita. The Bhagwat is 18,000 shlokas. So more than maybe the Odyssey or the Iliad of Shakespeare. It's much longer. And then today Ramnavami, Ramayan is 24,000 verses. And the whole purpose for us to hear the Bhagavad is to enter into this space where we are getting purified. Once Steve Jobs, when he was a little child, his father had asked him to paint the fence. So Steve Jobs, he painted the fence, the outer part of the fence, and then he came home and said, "Papa, ho gaya." And the father came out and he said, "You didn't paint the inner part of the fence." And Steve Jobs said, "Everybody is looking from the outside. So from the outside the fence is looking nice." But the father emphasized, "But we look from the inside. When we are inside, what we see is not what is outside, but what is visible to us from the inside." So therefore, as important as painting the fence from the outside is also to paint from the inside. Sometimes we try to make our life look happy, charming from the outside, but from the inside we don't work on it. तो कौन देख रहा है? Living room may be very well placed, but if you open the cupboards, the almaras, then everything is falling apart. But the lesson that is important is that life has to be made beautiful both from the outside and from the inside. From the outside you have a very luxurious, comfortable life, but in your heart there is anger, there is grudge, there is envy that are eating you up. Then how can you stay happy, beautiful from the inside? And the Bhagwat, the Bhagwat begins, the prefix to the Bhagwat is Shrimad. And what is Shrimad? Shrimad means the beautiful Bhagavatam. And it is beautiful in many ways, but one of the main purports of this word Shrimad is that by hearing this Bhagavad, our life is going to become beautiful. The way we look at life, the way we live life, we can all live life hankering and dying for things to happen. When will the hankering for things to happen? Or we can live life being happy, grateful with what we have. And the Bhagavad, the whole context in which the Bhagavatam is placed is where a king in few moments is told that all that you have is going to be taken away in 7 days. And very much like how Lord Ram was told in a moment's notice that no, you are no more going to be the king. So usually when we get Jatka, ever since Donald Trump has come, the whole world is in a waves. What's supposed to be green on the stock index is turning out to be red. And the experience one of our devotees was sharing, it's something like you take a green pan, and then as you process it, you expect it to make your life more green, but then the green starts to turn into red, and then you see that litter everywhere in Bombay, the red. So life does throw uncertainties at us, things that which we don't expect suddenly start to terrify us. And Parikshit, he was having the crown, very appropriate. We are all having this Bhagavatam at the crown, at the Rustomjee crown. And Parikshit's crown, that which he was very nicely, there was no complaint from any citizen in the entire kingdom about his ruling, which is a very difficult task for any leader, that कुछ भी करो कोई ना कोई कुछ बोलते ही रहता है. And Parikshit, he was when he was told, how did he take this reversal, this very saddening thing that सब कुछ छोड़ के आपको 7 दिन में you'll have to leave the body. And even before this episode, as this episode was going around, the way the Shrimad Bhagavatam book starts is not with the beginning of this story. This story almost comes towards the end of the first canto. The Bhagavad has 18,000 verses and 12 cantos, 12 skandhas. So the beginning of the book, Bhagavatam, doesn't begin with this story, but it begins with a story before this story. So the Bhagavatam is something like a cabbage, a story inside a story. So the way the Bhagavad begins is that there is a conference of sages, and these sages were all congregating at a very, very holy place called as Naimisharanya. Naimisharanya is near Ayodhya. Any one of you have been to Naimisharanya here? So our Anjani Putrapu has been. Sir, you have been to Naimisharanya? I remember when we had gone to Naimisharanya, it was quite an experience. None of us will forget when we went to Naimisharanya. It is exactly the way we are experiencing now, little sultry, hot. Although we are at Crown, somehow, because I wanted to start the story by sharing what happened at Naimisharanya, the environment has also become like Naimisharanya. So Naimisharanya, it's a forest, but it's a very special forest because it's said to be the center of the universe. There is this place called as Brahma Chakra, and this chakra, this place, there is a well that was found by this chakra, and it is so deep that nobody till now has been able to find out what is the depth. When we had gone there the the stories were that some Britishers, they tried to find what is the depth, and they sent copper wire, and the copper wire, 2 to 3 kilometers of the copper wire was sent, still it was not hitting any bottom. So you all have heard in the scriptures there is this pillar of energy, pillar of fire that goes through the entire universe, the stem of the lotus of Brahma, in which the whole universe is formed. So that particular stem, the pivot is there at Naimisharanya. And that place is called as Nimisha Aranya because that place it's said to be beyond time. The time factor doesn't get influenced. And the story goes about the place where Bhagwat was spoken is that Durvasa is a sage that is easily upset. Nowadays we say, angry at the drop of a hat. He didn't have a hat, but then all it needed was one little mistake here and there for him to get angry. And when he came to this place, to this forest, the sages, their eagerness to know the truth and their respect for Durvasa was so much that he blessed that may this place will never be influenced by the time factor. And often when we have to sit for Bhagavatam and hear, the time factor plays a big role. Everybody is looking at the clock. Okay, we are supposed to be towards the end of the Bhagavatam, but today, somehow things got delayed. We're just beginning. So the sages didn't want the time factor to affect their absorption in the Bhagavad. And somehow, time is very mysterious that when you are doing something that you like to do, time flies. You're not aware of the time. You're watching a very, very interesting movie. Even if it is 4 hours, you don't get to realize. And then you're watching, say, Sikandar or some movie which may be not that good. Then you constantly look at the time. Or if you meet a friend, if he's really close, then you don't look at the time. And one of the ways you know that the relationship is not going well is where again and again is looking at the time. Time kitna hua? That's a signal that apna time ho gaya. So the sages, although the place was beyond time, their interest to know about Krishna was also beyond time. And why do they want to know about God? Why do they want to know about Krishna? Because they started to see how the time factor was influencing, how the times were changing. Even in today's generation, the times are changing. In the previous say 20 years back, how we lived, what priorities we had, now the priorities are different. Today we have the best of the equipments, but still the way at which our happiness is there is very less compared to before. So the times are changing. And in the beginning of the Kali Yuga, which where all the sages, 88,000 sages, they were concerned with all of us. That people in this age, they are manda bhagya. They're first of all, their their amount of time that they live is very less. पहले लोग 100 साल जीते थे, या द्वापर युग में इट सेड इन सत्य युगा the lifespan was 1,100,000 years. In Treta Yuga, the lifespan was 1,000 years. Sorry, 10,000 years. In Dwapar Yuga, the lifespan was 1,000 years. In the beginning of Kali Yuga, it was 100 years. Now, if somebody crosses 80, or so then we start to and especially if they are able to do their chores. Anyone here above 80? Oh, so Mataji, congratulations to her. Abhi, somebody who is in just 2 days back, a boy 24 years old had a heart attack and he passed away. So what used to happen way back, back pain. I don't need to ask if anybody doesn't have a back pain. So the times are changing and the times are debilitating. The human capacity is reducing. Therefore, you see even the rice bags, the size of the rice bags. When I was a child, the rice bag used to come 25 kilos. Now the rice bags have come to 5 kilos. If ever you bring a rice bag home, the sizes are changing. And now we don't even have to bring a rice bag. There is Blinkit, there is Zomato, there are all these things that just bring us. So, in the beginning of Kali Yuga, the sages were very, very concerned that not just lifespan is reducing, but people have become very, very irritable. They get irritated quickly. People's patience is going to go down and down. That's the reason, we prefer all these fast apps, Uber, Blinkit, because our patience is reducing. And if people want to be, a billionaire by the age of 30, they want to do everything quickly. That's good, provided it is a organic and holistic growth. If it's a quick jump with quick fixes, then things can break apart. So because of people's quality is going down, their patience. पहले के ज़माने में जब कोई गुजर जाता था तो उस घर में जाते थे तो सही में लगता था that people are really crying, and not just the wife or the children, but everybody in the whole family community. It used to be like a matam. Now it's look, okay, abhi chala gaya, abhi how quickly can we take the body and cremate him? So the people's capacity to feel pain for others, happiness for others is also reducing, which is not a good sign, and it is effect of Kali that people are starting to become more and more selfish, self-centric, and that self-centricism is bringing in more and more kalaha, quarrels. So Kali Yuga's main criteria is that झगड़े हो सकते हैं छोटी छोटी बातों पे, बड़े बड़े झगड़े हो सकते हैं. I think there is some movie dialogue, right? बड़े बड़े शहरों में छोटी छोटी बातें होती. अभी छोटी छोटी बातों पे बड़े बड़े झगड़े हो जाते हैं. Big quarrels. One of our friends, he came to our spiritual master Radhana Swami saying that हमारा जम नहीं रहा है, we want to say separate. And then Maharaj asked that how did it began? कैसे आपको लगा कि जम नहीं रहा है? So the husband said that she disrespects me and she doesn't give me enough respect. And so then usually when people have feelings, we should try to get to the event behind that feeling. Why did you feel that? So this husband said, she gives me the last piece of the bread. When you toast a bread, जो आखरी piece रहता ना, the end parts. So she gives me that. And no, it's highly disrespectful because middle part is something that is nice. And then the wife said, but in our culture, the last part is the most favorite part. I remember even some children, for some children it is the last part that they like, and naturally there are some that like the middle part. So what had happened was they came from two different countries. And in one country the last parts was what was seen as respectful, and in her country, in his country, it was seen as disrespect. But he didn't clarify. They didn't clarify that. Assumptions. And those assumptions grew, and then it became, ek ke baad ek, you start to assume things. And then finally it came to a stage where they wanted to separate. So in this day and age, Kali Yuga, because we are hungry inside for fulfillment, for satisfaction, for love, for affection, when we don't get that from Krishna, from God, then we start to look in others. And when we don't find that, then when we try to fight it out, get that by demanding for it. So the sages were really concerned that how can we solve this? And then they came together in Naimisharanya, 88,000 sages, to discuss and churn today, the problems that are there, AIDS or cancer. There's so many conferences happening. Now, how can we solve this problem? How can we solve this issue? And in back then, also there were conferences. The rishis were the real scientists, and they wanted to chalk out a method which is the best way to deal with the quarrels, the lack of goodness that we experience. The time span is reducing. How can we solve? So they approached a very great sage called as Suta Goswami. And the leader of these sages was Shaunaka. And this Shaunaka Rishi, he asked Suta Goswami 6 questions. And the answer to these 6 questions forms the Bhagavatam. And if you want to know the value of a thing, of an answer, then you also have to know the question, that why was it spoken. But it is not just only in this context Bhagavatam was spoken. The scriptures explain that in the beginning of the universal creation, Brahma, when he came out of the lotus, and he was very confused because there was darkness all around him. He was on the top of this lotus, and he didn't knew why is he born, what is the purpose, is there anybody else here? And he started to hear this word called as tapa. Interestingly, one of the commentators says that when water drips, when there is a water droplet falling into a bucket, what is the sound that comes? Tap, tap. So Brahma, it's not even that he heard a voice. He heard a sound that seemed to be indicating to him, do tapasya. And then he sat in meditation for 1,000 years. And at the end of this 1,000 years, Lord Vishnu, Krishna, he appeared, which is also in the Bhagavatam. And then Brahma was confused that मुझे पैदा क्यों किया? When I was a child, little child, I used to have this, constant question that why am I born in this particular family? Somebody is born, in a Desai family, somebody is born in a, Rao family, somebody else is born. Why are we born in a particular family? Why is our relationships with a particular person? And I never, got to know. And when I came to IIT and, all this physics, it was all, by chance, by reactions are happening. But in physics, when two chemicals come together, there is always a one type of reaction only. But amidst people, sometimes there is a happy reaction, sometimes there is cold reaction, वो देखता ही नहीं अपने को. And sometimes the moment you see someone, आग अंदर, especially they say that when people come to someone's Graha Pravesh and the house is really lavishly made, as people are going around and seeing all these nice antiques in the house, अंदर से जलन होती है कि अरे इसके पास ये है वो है. So there is heat that is created sometimes in a relationship. So the Brahma, he wanted to know why am I born? मुझे क्यों जन्म दिया है, किसने दिया है, क्यों दिया है? And the Bhagavatam was explained to Brahma in just 4 verses. So we'll just, I also want you to recite we cannot recite definitely 18,000 verses, but at least 4 verses we can recite together. Somewhere, somehow the slides it is not there. Maybe tomorrow we'll recite. So Brahma, Lord Krishna spoke to Brahma in 4 verses the Bhagavatam. And the glory of these 4 verses and the whole Bhagavatam, one of our acharyas has written a beautiful prayer to this Bhagavatam. Let's recite that. सर्वशास्त्राब्धि पीयूष सर्ववेदैक सत्फल सर्वसिद्धांत रत्नाढ्य सर्वलोकैक दृक्पद सर्वभागवत प्राण श्रीमद् भागवतम प्रभो कलिध्वांतो निदादित्या श्री कृष्ण परिवर्तित. So Srila Sanatana Goswami, one of the medieval acharyas, he has given the 7 glories of Bhagavatam. The 7 ways the Bhagavatam is glorious. In Russian language, Krishya means a roof. And very appropriate that Krishna is also one who lifted Govardhan to give shelter to everyone. And in the name Krishna, only this word Krishya comes. And we all need shelter. We all need a roof under over our head to give us protection. That way, same way, the Bhagwatam is the one that is going to give us nourishment and strength. If we don't eat food, what happens? We become weak. Same way, when we don't hear the Bhagavatam, the soul starts to become weakened. So the benefit of hearing Bhagavatam is that we become spiritually strong. Also, under a roof is all the relationships that are formed. A home is a place where there are sweet relationships. Same way, when we hear and read the Bhagavatam, we make a very sweet relationship with Krishna and with everyone that is related to Krishna, that is each and every one of us. So if we want madhurta, sweetness in our relationships, then we take the shelter of Bhagavatam. And also, the roof secures us from heat, from all types of difficulties. Same way, when Krishna lifted the Govardhan hill, no matter what kind of difficulties, thunderstorms were happening, everybody that was under the hill was completely protected. Same way, life will have so many difficulties, issues, people that will upset us, cheat us, disappoint us. But when we make our relationship with Krishna, with God, in Singapore there is a very interesting place called as the Shark Tank. And a very interesting thing about this Shark Tank is that you can swim along with the shark inside. As you know, sharks, they like human flesh. And the moment there are sharks, some beaches in the world, they exclusively put sharks nearby. Please don't go swimming. Dolphins are there, that's okay. But sharks, so how do they do this in Singapore? That they can make a human swim along with the shark? Is it that they put the man inside a iron suit, like you become Iron Man, fully covered with metal, and then you go swimming? But the thing is that if a pan is cladded with iron, most probably he cannot swim, he will drown because of the weight of it. So you don't have to be in an iron suit to be able to swim with the shark. You can swim normally. What they do is with the sharks, not with the humans. Before they release the sharks into the tank, they feed the shark to its fullest. इतना उसको खिला देते हैं shark को. And the thing with animals is that they don't think about tomorrow unless they are instinctively programmed, like some ants. So once the shark is fed, once the tiger is fed, even if someone comes, it doesn't harm unless you are trying to harm them. So when people enter into this shark tank, the sharks are overflooded no, they are eaten till the brain, till the neck. So therefore, these humans are no more interesting to them. Just like now, we're going to have a very nice lunch arranged, I guess, from Muthuswamy, one of the most sought after caterers in Bombay. And once you know have your food, served by Muthuswamy, then do you want to eat anything else after that? He wants pizza. Yes. So once you are full, then food comes to you. Where you, fortunately, unfortunately, there is no extra pen drive, extra stomach that humans have created. ठीक है, इसको इधर डालता हूँ. So the sharks can swim along with the humans, and the lesson is that when you are filled inside, then you don't hanker from outside. And the Bhagavatam, it fills us so much from inside that even if people are trying to trouble you, you are not dull, you are not dumb, but you don't get unnecessarily influenced. You don't become a remote controlled by others' actions, by others' feelings, by others' words. Else in this, especially in Bombay, to agitate someone, एक शब्द काफी है. ना? Bullying. I'm sure all of us have been bullied in college. कि एक आपका कुछ तो है, आपका एक नाम दे देंगे. When I was studying at IIT Bombay, one of my colleagues, one of my seniors, जैसे ही वो आता था ना, उसको बुलाते थे, अरे टैक्सी आ गया. Taxi. His nickname was Taxi. And he used to get irritated by that. And I asked, इसका नाम टैक्सी कैसे पड़ा? He came from the north. So the first day when he came to the college, to IIT, he wore a yellow t-shirt and a black jeans. And a yellow t-shirt and a black jeans in Bombay is a kali pili. We call it also a kali pili. तो जब इसने काली पीली पहन लिया, तो इसका नाम पड़ गया टैक्सी. And for the entire, he had to bear the burden of that name. I'm sure he never bore again Kali Pili. So we can get irritated, and people want to find कि इसको क्या irritate करता है, and to do exactly that. But when we take shelter of the Bhagavatam, then we are so filled from the inside कि बाहर के जो ताने हैं, इससे हमको ज़्यादा फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. And also the Bhagavatam, it creates a space where we get support of those people that are also interested for the highest good. Because the first question that was asked for the Bhagavatam to be revealed, what is the ultimate good for everyone? There is always relative morality. What is currently good for America may not be good for China, or what is good for, say, Maharashtra may not be good for Uttar Pradesh. There is always relative morality. And in this world, who makes the rules? One who has the power. Therefore it said, the hunter is always the hero, because the lion doesn't know to ride. And once the lion knows to ride, then lion will be the hero. Otherwise, when the hunter comes back, the hunter will only glorify कि मैंने कैसे lion को पकड़ा. So, but when we are in the Bhagavad Sabha, then everyone that has come there is with this inquiry कि ऐसा क्या है जो सबके लिए अच्छा है. It's not that I am looting someone else and I am getting benefited. Today in this world, one man's victory is another man's no, not one man. Just like now IPL is happening. How many teams are there? Around 12 teams. Or when World Cup happens, no, there are 10 teams. And one country celebrates, and 9 other countries are crying. Or any competitive exam, say CAT or SAT or JEE, no, 2,000 people are happy because they got the seat, and then there are 2 lakh people, students, that are morose, that are depressed because they couldn't get through. So in this world, the ratio of people that become happy because of something to the ratio of people that become sad is always more. But what is that solution by which sarve sukhina bhavantu? Is there a marg? Is there a way by which everyone can be happy? And then to be able to have a sangha, satam prasanga mama virya samvido bhavanti hritkarna rasayana kata. To have a sangha where people are genuinely interested in their own welfare and the welfare of others. That is a satsang. What is a satsang? Where everybody is interested in satya, in truth and in the benefit of, not at the cost of someone else, but genuine benefit. So, therefore, the Bhagwat is said to be Sarva Shastrabdi Piyusha. If all the scriptures are churned, just like recently there was the Kumbh Mela, and the legend of the Kumbh Mela is that there is the nectar of Amrita, immortality, that can be found during that Magha time. So if all the scriptures are churned, because sometimes in Hinduism or Sanatana Dharma, we don't have one book to follow. Most of the religions there is, say, one book, Bible, Quran, this, that. But in India, in the Vedas, there is a library. And in a library, some people are going to the entertainment section, the Dhanur, the Gandharva Veda. Some people are going to the future section, the Jyotish Veda. And some are trying to analyze the universe, the Sankhya philosophy. And each one tries to come up with their own meanings of life. So what is the most essential principle? What is the nectar, essence of all the Shastras? Else whatever book we pick up, if it is Linga Purana, then it seems to be Shiva is being glorified as the Supreme. If it is Vishnu Purana, Padma Purana, and even the same Purana, like if you read the Mahabharata, Garuda at times is glorified as the Supreme. Sudarshan Chakra is glorified as the Supreme. So it can get very, very confusing. And then people come up with this slogan that Yato mat tato pat. तुमको जैसा लगा वैसा तुम करो. Then if you have to make a recipe, if you want to make a samosa, then there has to be recipe. Nowadays, the husband or one who is going to eat, they'll say we'll name the item after you make. क्योंकि क्या बनेगा पता नहीं. समोसा बनेगा, कचौरी बनेगा, कुछ कचुम्बर बन जाएगा. फर्स्ट यू मेक, देन फिर बाद में सोचते इसका क्या नाम रखना चाहिए. So there is recipe for success, there is recipe for satisfaction. If everybody starts to try to figure out their own way, then there can be chaos. So therefore, what is that essence? And the Bhagavatam is the essence of all the scriptures, and it is also the ripened fruit, Sarva Vedaika Satphala. One of my co-brahmacharis was sharing that they were traveling from Madurai to Tirupati, and as they were traveling from Madurai to Tirupati, on the way the train stopped. I don't know how many of you know when while traveling in the train, if it stops in a place where it is all jungle, and then these tribal people come to sell fruits. So one this brahmachari, there is this peru that had come, Amrit, and he was telling me कि अब तक मैं जीवन में इतना मीठा और रसीला पेरू नहीं खाया. And we were having the discussion as we were having one peru that was looking so big. इतना बड़ा था वो. Somebody had given us in the morning times as we were chatting. We cut open a peru, and as we were eating, वो दिखने में बड़ा अच्छा लग रहा था, लेकिन जब स्वाद की बात आई तो उसमें कुछ ज्यादा रस ही नहीं था. हरे कृष्ण. So, and we all experience that things may look big, but what really satisfies is not the form, is the function, is the taste. Some person with people when we meet, कि घंटों घंटों बात किया लेकिन समय ही पता नहीं चला, क्योंकि वो बातचीत में इतना कंसर्न, इतना मिठास था. And some people leave such a weird taste when they leave, that I never want to meet this person again. So the scriptures, they offer so many types of fruits of piety, impiety. बहुत सारे फल दे रहे हैं. शास्त्र वेदों को अगर निगम कल्प तरोर गलितम, वेदों का अगर पेड़ है तो उस वेदों का पेड़ का जो सही में जो फल जो वेद देना चाहते हैं वो है श्रीमद् भागवतम. Therefore निगम कल्पतरोर गलितम शुकमुका द्रव्य समृतम. और फलों में कौन सा फल सबसे मीठा रहता है? मैंगो. Now is the season of mango, and in the mangoes, that one is they should be not hybrid mangoes or chemical grown mangoes, but organic mangoes. Even among organic mangoes, that mango that grows at the top of the tree, जो पेड़ के सबसे ऊपरी भाग में जो मैंगो रहता है ना, that mango or that fruit is said to be the most sweetest. Why? Because it is taking the maximum heat of the sun. और भगवान ने ऐसी चमत्कारी बनाया है कि जो आम सबसे ज्यादा गर्मी को सहता है वो सबसे मीठा बनता है. Therefore, usually it is hard times that bring out the best in someone. and it is the comfortable times, good times. There is that whole circle you might have heard. No, good times create comfortable lives. No, hard times create comfortable times, and comfortable times create weak people, because सब कुछ तो set है, so then you don't develop yourself, and weak people create hard times, and then those hard times, then again we try to create good, no, those who go through the hardship, then again they, so therefore often there is generational. I know one family here in Bombay, when his son became of right age to manage the hotel, so he came to the Udupi restaurant whom he was managing, and he right away sat at the galla. So Papa said, I did start here. I started from being the waiter boy. So you go and you start from there. So the mango that gets the maximum heat, it becomes the most sweetest. Same way, this particular Bhagwatam, why it is the most sweetest? Because Parikshit went through one of the most, the family of Pandavas went through one of the most, difficult times that ever can be, where in your own family there were people that hated you, not just hated you to the core, but very vocally, physically tried to kill you. And in those times, in such a hardship, they took shelter of Krishna. And then thoda sa, when they got the kingdom, in those times, they only ruled for say 36 years. Although they could have ruled longer, because Krishna went back to the spiritual world, the Pandavas thought, हम थे क्योंकि भगवान ने हमको आज्ञा दिया to rule. Today is Ramnavami. So one of the beautiful episodes in the Ramayana is when Ram goes to the Mithila to get married to Sita. And when he gets, and this Shiva Dhanush, it was so heavy, so powerful, that nobody was capable to lift it. He said that Janak Maharaj didn't want his daughter to get married, कि ऐसा टेस्ट लगा कि कोई पास ही नहीं हो रहा था. Because when Sita was a small little girl, once she wanted to pluck a fruit from a tree, and then she was looking for a stick with a hook, and then she saw this dhanush, this bow. She lifted that bow, which was powerful, that nobody could lift, and then because the bow has a hook like this at the end, so she went, she plucked the fruit, must be the topmost part of the tree, and then she kept back the bow, Shiva's bow, Shiva Dhanush. And when Janak Maharaj was reported, the पता है क्या सिया ने क्या किया? तो क्या किया? उन्होंने शिव धनुष को उठाया. Immediately Janak Maharaj was surprised and also aghast कि सीता इतना छोटी है, फिर भी इसमें इतना शक्ति है. So whom will I marry him to? One of our teachers says that सीता इतना शक्तिशाली थी कि शिवधनुष जो रावण भी नहीं उठा पाया, उसको उठाया, तो उसका पति तो कम से कम उतना लायक. And if the pati is not that much like, when Sita will embrace the pati, he will become chutney. So therefore Janak Maharaj had kept this test that at least the Sita's husband should be as powerful, as strong as Sita. And Sita was so beautiful that so many kings were trying to get her in this competition, but nobody was successful. Ravana also came to try to lift the Shivdanush, and he was also unsuccessful. And when and all this was happening in midst of everyone, and so people go not to leave their bodies because their hope is at the Manikarnika Ghat that Shiva will come and chant the name of Ram in the ears. And Parvati also, when she was asked, what are you chanting constantly? This Rama Rama Rameti, I am chanting the name of Ram. So when his worshipable lords comes to lift his bow, Shiva Dhanush, then Shiva submits and he easily lifts. But the Acharyas say that he could lift because the way he approached the Shivdanush. He didn't approach the Shivdanush because he wanted to prove to others that I am strong. He approached because it was the instruction of his teacher to do it. So when we lead our lives not to prove to someone, but to fulfill the order of Krishna, order of God, order of Guru, then no matter how big things we lift, it is very easy for us. And also Lord Rama, he gave all respects to the Shivdanush. It's not that he went and lifted. He did pradakshina to Shivdanush. He offered his respects to Shivdanush, and then he could lift easily. And this showed Lord Ram's real strength. It is said that Hanuman, who is the servant of Lord Ram, he followed in the footsteps of Rama, lifting the Shivdanush. क्योंकि उनके गुरु ने क्या आज्ञा दिया था राम जी को, जाके पश्य में देख के आओ. Lord Ram was told by Vishwamitra, go and see the bow. But Rama understood going and seeing the bow doesn't mean जाके देख के आ गए. He understood the import. देखना मतलब उसका strength भी देखो, उठा सकते हो का देखो. Like sometimes when we tell someone, go and see the kitchen, they'll go and just keep seeing the kitchen, nothing is happening there, और बस देख रहे. That is not, when you say go and see the kitchen, that means and go and see whether everything is being ready on the time. If it's not getting ready, so that's what is meant by overseeing or seeing. So Ramji understood what Vishwamitra means, and therefore he lifted the bow. Same way when Hanumanji was told, go and see where is Sita. So तो हनुमान जी ऐसा नहीं कि गए सीता को देके और आगे बताने के लिए, उनको याद था हमारे राम भगवान ने क्या किया था। देखने का पूरा मतलब क्या है, उनको परीक्षा करने का, whether I can to test the strength of the bow and whether I can lift it or not. Same way, when Hanuman ji came, he searched all over the Lanka, and when he saw Sita, immediately he didn't go. मैं सीता को, he wanted to see whether how is Sita. Is Sita, because Ram said this to Hanuman ji. If Sita is happy there, then I am going to go back. The only reason I am for waging this war is that Sita must be unhappy without me. And the entire Ramayana is to show that when we are self-centric, when we are trying to in the mood of enjoying for ourselves, we can never be happy. Ravana had so much. He had Devakanyas, he had Rishi Kanyas, he had all types of things, but he was somehow no matter how much he had, एक चीज देखा जो उसके पास नहीं है, that becomes the cause of dissatisfaction. Here in Bombay, so many towers are coming up. Every towers I go, initially the whoever moves to the towers, they are happy. Then they discover there is another tower that is coming up with some new features that is not there in these towers. And then they feel, काश मैं और थोड़ा वेट करता था या करती थी. There always be going to be something that is different, that is not there in your own realm. So Ravana was someone who wanted to get that mere paas there should be no cause for complaining, that everything best I should be having. Therefore, when he saw the golden city with Kuvera, said, ये तुम्हारे पास क्यों है? ये मेरे पास रहना चाहिए. So he seized an entire city and he brought it to Lanka. Then he made into Sri Lanka, the golden Lanka. And like this he was trying to lift whatever was. So when he saw the Pushpak Viman, he again stole it. And now that he saw Sita Devi, he didn't even see Sita Devi. It was Surpanaka who saw the Sita. And it was Surpanaka was not really impressed by Sita's beauty. She was impressed by Ram's beauty. And she wanted to marry Ram. She wanted to make union with Ram. And because Sita was coming in the way, she wanted to kill Sita. And when Lakshman cut her nose, because sometimes बोलते हैं ना गर्व से उसका, usually pride stays in the nose. Therefore so many film stars, most of the plastic surgery happens for the nose, because अगर नाक सुंदर है ना, व्यक्ति सुंदर दिखता है, और अगर नाक ठीक नहीं है ना, पूरा सुंदरता छुप जाती है वो नाक के कारण. So therefore Lakshman, he cut the nose, he cut the pride of Surpanaka, her very sharp nose, which was also a fake nose, because her real form was something else. She just manifested that to attract Ram. So when she came back, when she came back to Lanka crying, hiding her nose, her ears, she presented a completely different narrative than what had happened. She presented the narrative that भैया मैं आपके लिए सीता को लेके आने के लिए गई थी, क्योंकि सीता इतना सुंदर है, वो जंगल में घूम रहा है राम, उसके पास क्यों रहना चाहिए? मेरे भाई के पास रहना चाहिए राम, सीता. And when I was trying to get Sita for you, Lakshman and Ram, देखो आपके लिए मैं इतना कर रही थी और देखो मेरा क्या हालत हो गया. And this is a very typical of Kali Yuga, where people portray that they are doing things for our welfare. या कोई भी दुकानदार के पास जाएंगे, सर आपके लिए पूरा मैं माफ करके कम से कम में दे रहा हूँ. But most of the times, it is just a fake statement. It's a business language. So Ravana, hearing about Sita, he became so attracted that मुझे चाहिए ही चाहिए. And he captured Sita Devi. And many queens, over times, they became compromised. ठीक है, अभी इसके साथ है तो रह जाते हैं. But Sita never made a compromise. And Ram wanted to test that. Is the soul still ready to come back to me? या वो material world में adjust हो गया और बोल रहा है अभी रावण के साथ तो सही रह जाती हूँ. And what is Ravan? Ravan signifies a distracted mind. Ravan had 10 faces. कभी ये चाहिए, कभी वो चाहिए, constant distraction. Now we have रावण से भी खतरनाक है Instagram. Constantly reel after reel, reel after reel. कभी हेल्थ के बारे में बोल रहे, कभी खाने के बारे में बोल रहे, कभी बिजनेस के बारे में. And we are just devouring content after content. So, and in the subjugation of a distracted mind, we can never find satisfaction, peace, happiness. It is only at the shelter of Ram. So therefore, Ram Navami is an occasion where we call out to Ram. We send a SOS message that we need you. We need your help. And only when we sincerely call out to Ram will Lord Ram come to save us. And of course, before Ram comes, his devotees, Hanuman, who comes, that Guru, the spiritual master, the teacher comes to educate us, to give us hope that Ram is making all types of efforts to take you back, bring you back. Don't lose hope. And Sita was also determined that I will not compromise because Ravana कितने साल तक रहेगा? Ravana actually wanted Amaratva. He didn't want to die. But he couldn't get that boon. Therefore, he got all types of other boons. So no person in this world is going to stay with us. No building in this world is going to stay forever. No bank, nothing that we build in this world is going to stay for eternity. Even if you keep money there, the money's value will go down. And what to speak of investment. We all do this, intelligently to do the best out of it. But ultimate shelter is Ram. And when we take shelter of Ram, when we call out to Ram, then we are saved from the distracted mind which is constantly trying to tell us कि राम के बिना ही जीवन अच्छा है. But what was Ravana's mindset? Ravana is a whole tale of trying to show. This story comes in the Ramayana that at the end of the war, Ram, he asked Jambavan, कि let us revive all the soldiers, Vanara soldiers that were dead with the Sanjeevani Butika that you brought, and let us also revive all the Rakshasas that died with the Sanjeevani Butika. And all the Vanaras were revived, but when they went to find the Rakshasas' bodies, they could not find any Rakshasas' bodies, because Ravana at the end of each day, used to order कि जाओ और सारे रावण जो भी राक्षस थे उनको समुद्र में डुबा दो, because he didn't want a negative numbers कि आज इतने लोग मर गए. So every day when war statistics used to come to back to Lanka, so it was never reported how many Rakshasas died, because everybody was being drowned in the ocean and they were eaten by the sharks. So today's world is where people use us, and once we are of no use, they just royally throw us into oblivion. But Ram is one, even if you are miles apart, if you are in danger, the shloka comes glorifying Ram. Let's recite this. Apadam apahartaram dataram sarva sampadam lokabhiramam Shri Ramam bhuyo bhuyo namamyaham. This is a very famous prayer in the south that is recited. So it comes in the Ramaraksha Stotra. Apada, any kind of difficulty that is there, apahartaram, is removed by the Lord. Does he just remove difficulties, Ram? Dataram is a great giver. What does he give? Sarva sampadam. He gives all types of opulences to his devotees. And is he very some people may give a lot things, but their facial characters or their character, their qualities may not be that attractive. But lokabhiramam, Lord's form and his features, his qualities are very enchanting. Lokabhiramam Shri Ramam. Therefore he is worthy to be continuously offered obeisances. Also in the Ramaraksha Stotra, this comes that Tarjanam Yamadutanam Arjanam Sukha Sampada Bharjanam Bhava Bhijanam Rama Rameti Garjanam. Says anybody who chants Rama Rama, chant Rama Rama loudly, Rama Rama. So anybody who does garjan of Lord Ram's names, what happens? Tarjanam Yamadutanam. यमदूत पास में भी रहेंगे तो वो भाग जाएंगे. तर्जनम यमदूतानाम. अर्जनम सुख संपदा. You earn these contradictory qualities, conflicting qualities, सुख और संपदा. कभी कभी संपदा आती है और सुख चली जाती है. Families become like solar systems. Only on some occasions there is eclipse where they meet. Otherwise everybody is in their own orbits. मिल ही नहीं पा रहे. Occasion बनाना पड़ता है families को मिलने के लिए. But when you live a life centered on Ram, values that are taught by Ram, then both happiness and prosperity, they coexist, which is also a blessing. And bharjanam bhava बीजानाम, हमारा हर एक डिजायर के कारण हर एक जन्म ना, every birth is because of a desire that we carry. एक एक डिजायर फुलफिल करने के एक जन्म लेना पड़ता है. But when we chant the names of Ram, all these desire seeds का भुर्जी बन जाता है. When you roast seeds, then they can never be planted again. So when with spirituality, with hearing of Bhagavatam and Ramayana, what happens? Your desires stay, you live comfortably, but all these are for serving and for glorifying, for using the gifts that God has given you. They don't fructify into another life. So therefore, no, today on this occasion of Ram Navami, we are starting this recitation of Bhagwatam, which is the fruit of all the Vedas, and it is filled with rasa. I remember when I was studying at IIT Bombay, I was studying all types of novels. The moment I started to read Bhagwat, बाकी सब में रुचि चली गई. इसके लिए भागवत के शुरू में ही बोलते हैं, श्रीमद् भागवते महामुनि कृते किं वा परैरीश्वरै सद्यो हृदयवरुध्यते कृतिभितिस् शुश्रूषुभिस्तक्षणात्. बोल रहे हैं कि भागवत आपके है तो और कोई पुस्तक का क्या जरूरी है, क्योंकि इसमें एंटरटेनमेंट है, एनलाइटनमेंट है, एजुकेशन है. All types of rasas that we look for in a movie. People look for thrill, for comedy, for romance. Everything is there in the Bhagavatam. So therefore, what is the need for trying to look for any other scripture? So therefore, because it is filled with rasa, we are completely satisfied. We become like that shark who is so much filled with inside. It doesn't hanker कि इसने मुझे धोखा दिया, ये मेरे तरफ देखा नहीं. We no more become remote controlled by people around us. And like that, Steve Jobs' father's example, that make your life both beautiful from the outside and also from the inside. So Shrimad Bhagavatam, why it is called Shrimad Bhagavatam? Because by hearing of this, all the dirty things in our heart are removed. Nashta prayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya. Ki all the abhadras, all the insecurities that we have in our heart are removed. Vidunoti surhustatam. वो हृदय ना एकदम निर्मल हो जाता है, हृदय एकदम कोमल हो जाता है जब हम ये भागवतम को सुनेंगे. And therefore, in the coming days, we wish to start on time, hoping the technology and everything else functions on time. So I don't want to go too much beyond time, because today is Ram Navami. Most of us may be fasting. But with this little glorification of the Bhagavatam and little glorification of why we need to take shelter of Ram, we will halt here for today. And tomorrow we will be taking the most beautiful episode of the appearance of Krishna. Bhagwan ka, Krishna ka janam. It seems to be, that he was born in a jail. Place of birth, sabka alag alag, Bombay, Hyderabad, Allahabad. But Krishna's place of birth is a jail. So Bhagwan ko, often, where we are born is, my breech candy or this or that. Why does God, who can choose anywhere to be born, chooses to be born in a jail, in such a difficult situation? Just to teach us, to enchant us with His qualities, because our hearts are also now, dark like a jail. So tomorrow we're going to go through this story of Krishna's birth, and so many beautiful insights that our acharyas give in the Bhagavatam. So we're going to take that Krishna Janam tomorrow. And let me what else we're going to go through? The rest of the glories we'll take. Of course, this is with purpose to invoke and shower blessings of all the ancestors of no Vinita Mataji and their family. And the kathas that we are going to have is first day is Krishna Janam, and then I think I played Krishna Janam, and then Vamana avatar. How I don't know why Mataji chose Vamana avatar, because Vamana avatar is the only place where real estate is discussed. How much real estate is enough? From 3 steps to entire universe. So those who are interested in real estate development, please do come on the day 3. And also we're going to discuss that day Gajendra Moksha, Narsimhadeva's pastime, Narsimha avatar. And on day 4 we're going to discuss the story of Gajendra Moksha, how holiday turned into a nightmare, like that in our lives. We all plan it well, but still life becomes upside down. How do we deal with that? We'll also, on day 5, we're going to take glories of Lord Shiva, Shiva Mahima. And day 6 will be Rukmini Vivaha, the marriage of Rukmini, the first love marriage that ever happened. And the last day, day 7, will be the Sudama Vipra story, the rags to riches story, the story of the devotion doesn't has to come in quantities. It only is valued in the quality that Sudama carried. So we're going to take these 7 beautiful episodes of the Bhagavatam in the next coming days. I am very fortunate to have this opportunity. So please do make it a point to come as and when possible for you. And now we'll conclude with again Kirtan by our Anjani Putra Prabhu and Swarup Damodar Prabhu, who have kindly come from the temple. So any announcements?
The only announcement I think is what you said. Everyone, please join us for yummy lunch by Muthuswami. As part of, for me, this is more of a celebration than about everything about my father. So as part of the celebration, we've kept all his favorite foods across the 7 days. And his one favorite thing was to have idli sambar every Sunday afternoon. That was his patent lunch, I think, for the longest. So please join us for yummy South Indian from Muthuswami. And my mom's from Mysore, so nothing ever beats that. And thank you so much, Prabhuji, for day 1. And sorry about all the mix-up, but I'm happy that all of you guys could join us and be here. I look forward to having you guys throughout the week. All those who want to understand the 18,000 shlokas, they are going to be read during the day from 10 to about 4 at the banquet. Please join us for during the day as well. And every evening, Prabhuji is going to be with us from 5 to 7 to enlighten us further on all the conversations that he just put up. I will be sending individual daily reminders so that you all don't forget to be here on time. But please be here. Look forward to seeing you. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for enlightening us. And I'll hand it over for the Kirtan team to take it up.
You can also share about the venue, change in venue.
The venue is going to be the banquet. Once you come, same building, just come to the same lobby in the evening and the team will take you there.
So we'll have little short kirtan now, along with the arati. And yes, so we'll do the arati, and each one of you can also feel free during the kirtan to for arati to the Bhagavatam to Laddu Gopal ji, and then proceed for the lunch prasad of Shri Ram Navami. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki jai. Shri Ram Navami Mahotsav ki jai. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Sita Ram, 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 Sita Ram. Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram. Sita Ram, 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 Sita Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram. Patita Pavana Sitaram. Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram. Patita Pavana Sitaram. Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram. Patita Pavana Sitaram. Raja Ram. Patita Pavana Sitaram. Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram. Patita Pavana Sitaram. Bolo. Pavana Sitaram. Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram. Patita Pavana Sitaram. Bolo bolo. Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram. Patita Pavana Sitaram. Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram. Patita Pavana Sitaram. Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram. Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram. Patita Pavana Sitaram. Raghupati Raghava Raja Ram. Patita Pavana Sitaram. Bolo bolo. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Jaya Sita Ram Sita Ram Sita Ram Jaya Lakshman Hanuman. Jaya Radha Gopinath Radha Gopinath Radhe. Jaya Sri Gopal Sri Gopal Sri Gopal Jaya Sri Gopal. Jaya Gauranitai 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman Ke Shri Ram Navami Mahamotsav Ke Shri Radha Gopinath Bhagwan Ke Shri Gopal Ji Ke Shri Gaunitai Bhagwan Ke Shri Ayodhya Dham Ke Shri Vrindavan Dham Ke Golokera Prem Dhan Kalyug Pavan Yug Dharma Shri Harinam Sankirtan Yagya Ke Srila Prabhupada Ke निताय गौ प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल. प्रेम से कहिए जय जय श्री राधे श्याम. हरे कृष्ण.
Okay, guys, one more small thing. Today is my Nani's birthday. So my mom and my Masi are going to be cutting a cake, and I request all of you to please sing for my Nani wherever she is. And lunch is by the pool, so everyone is going to just take us by there. It's a small walk, but lunch is by the pool.
जन्मदिनमिदं अयि प्रियसखे बोलिए जन्मदिनमिदं अयि प्रियसखे शन्तनोतु ते सर्वदा मुदं शन्तनोतु ते सर्वदा मुदम् प्रार्थयामहे भवशतायुषी कृषे भवशतायुषी ईश्वरः सदा त्वां च रक्षतु ईश्वरः सदा त्वां च रक्षतु पुण्यकर्मणा कीर्तिमार्जया कीर्तिमार्जया जीवनं तव भवतु सार्थकम् तव भवतु सार्थकम् हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna to you.